Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Joe, and welcome back for episode 14 of the Rush That Base series. This is that series where we rush the base from Town Hall 7 all the way to Town Hall 12 with the possible intent to go to Town Hall 13 in the upcoming weeks. Not really sure if we're going to do that yet again. We are rapidly approaching 60 days since this series started. Exactly 2 months. 2 months since we went from Town Hall 7 all the way to where we are right now. And we got this Town Hall under upgrade going to level 3 right now. So today's topic that I want to discuss is pick one army and upgrade it all the way. What I mean by that is that you will notice if you've been watching this entire series that we've been really focused on the miners since day one. I'm really focused on that one particular army because I know that is a really good Dark Elixir farming army, but it's also universal and you can tie it into Clan War later on. And so what you're going to notice that as you progress and upgrade a base, you will kind of fall behind. And what you've done by rushing a base is you've missed out on a ton of experience. You've lost all that experience that you could have gained at Town Hall 8. You lost all that experience that you could have gained at Town Hall 9. And you've obviously pushed ahead so far that you don't even know what army to use. And that's one of the biggest challenges as a rush player. Is that because, I'll give you an example. So as a Town Hall 8, you really learn how to use dragons per se, and you learn how to apply them in Clan War, or you learn how to use the Hog Riders or the Govaho. And so you go on YouTube and you can look up those particular videos in relation to that respective Town Hall level. But now that you're Town Hall 12, you go on YouTube and you think that you are a Town Hall 12 and you go look up a strategy or what's the best strategy for Town Hall 12. And all you're going to find is stuff that's more relative to the higher level gameplay, like the Yetis or the Bowlers or the Witches or the Peccabo Bats and stuff like that. And you're going to quickly find that you can't do any of those armies because you look at your laboratory and realize that you don't have the levels to do that, nor the hero levels. And so really what I advise at this point, and I'm going to do some attacking in this video at the same time, we're going to probably do this one attack with level 3 miners, and then we're going to drop a power potion and have a little bit of fun with some higher level miners just to show the differences between the two, because that is the main focus. This is the army that I've chosen to upgrade, and what I mean by that is I'm going to upgrade this thing all the way to max. The miners to max, the baby dragons, the wall breakers, and I'm going to continue to put my heroes down throughout this journey because I know the power of those heroes. And one of the biggest things is having a little bit of patience and focusing on that army. And I'll explain that as we progress throughout this video. All right, so we got a little baby queen walk going up near the top. We got a very dead base here. We're going to drop this giant over here to tank for our king, and we're going to send our miners over here through the base. And we might not be able to three-star this base, but we're going to definitely do our best to try to collect most of the loot. Queen is working her way towards an enemy queen, level 14 versus a level 6. So you can see that this player was also a very rushed player at one time, and he decided not to do his hero levels, which is completely fine because it works out for me right this second. Okay, so miners are working their way through the base, and one of the biggest things about miners that I really don't like is that when they spread out, they get really thin and they get very weak. But we're trying to keep them together with the queen walk on one side and the king on the other side, doing some funneling and clearing out buildings. That way the miners stay focused through the core of this base, and they also have a tendency to skip buildings. You'll notice that there is a Inferno Tower, a very dead Inferno Tower, and a Hidden Tesla in this compartment, and they completely bypassed it, which is not that big of a deal. So Queen's on the Town Hall, and she is not very strong. Level 14, not that strong at all. So we're going to have to use her ability, but she more than likely still will not be able to take that Town Hall down because, again, that's a Town Hall 12, and it has a very high hit point ratio. Grand Warden's ability had to be used because it was being targeted by that Town Hall as well. And our miners still have some heal spells available, so we're going to try to keep them alive and take down the Town Hall if the Queen's unsuccessful. Actually, she will be successful. Very nicely done. Looks like we've gotten a bulk of the loot off this base. Let's go ahead and drop these wall breakers. I'm going to hold on to those baby dragons because they're a little bit more expensive than wall breakers, and we'll reset my army. We're going to let this one finish, I think. No, you know what? I think we're not going to. We only got 3 and 3 of gold and elixir. Not worth the wait. So let's see here. We got a nice little pool, 92%. Very nice. I'm going to train another army, and I will be right back. Okay, so we got our next army. We're going to go ahead and use a boost on our heroes, and we're going to boost our army, which is going to bump our miners up to level 5. Very nice. As well as the baby dragons, as well as the healers. And these are the levels that we would like to be, or obviously higher than that, because we need to upgrade our laboratory again for the Town Hall 12 standard. Now, we only went up 5 levels on the King, Queen, and Grand Warden, which is fine. That's nice. Nice little higher levels. But anyways, you're going to notice that there are 4 builders available and 6 million gold sitting there. So instantly you're going to think, and you're going to be very tempted to start upgrading some defenses, and I'm going to highly recommend that you do not. If you're doing this, if you're doing the rush base approach, kind of hold off on those defenses, because you're boosting up your defensive war weight, so to speak, and you're going to make things incredibly challenging for yourself, because if you look over at your laboratory, if you've been doing things like this, laboratory's pretty weak. We got level 4 wall breakers, we got level 4 giants, level 4 wizards. These are all incredibly low level troops for this incredibly high town hall level. So you need to pick one army, and it doesn't matter what army it is. I would prefer a farming army. That way you can boost up the strength of that farming army and continue to steal higher level bases loot. Obviously trying to find dead bases in the beginning, and as you continue to level up this army, you'll start to be able to hit bases that are very much alive and steal their loot as well. So that's possibly the best approach. And while you're doing these troops, you should be putting down these heroes. So use these builders that you have available and put the heroes down. And once you get to a point where you've kind of gotten to like level 30, maybe level 40 heroes, you'll start to see the difference in the outcome or the input of resources, or what you're getting back by what you put in. So this is just some advice for you on the theme for today. The theme today is pick one army, stick with it, upgrade it to max, and then you will start to be able to transfer into other things. I'm choosing to use miners, but you could do maybe a goblin knife farm army or something like that, or maybe just upgrade your barbarians and archers and continue to farm like that. But in reality, you need to be continuously dumping that dark elixir into those heroes and continue to upgrade them. This can be a very dry session, or it could be a very dry method, but it's also one of the best approaches to try to catch up. Because if you have the resources coming in and pouring into your base, then you'll be able to start upgrading a lot faster, and you'll be able to collect those resources and apply them to those defenses when you start to fix that rush, so to speak. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit this base. We got a little bit of loot. We're trying to push up to Masters League at the same time because of those 1,000 gems that we get for free, because I like to use my gems in order to boost my army. That way I can try to attack more often, because I have multiple accounts going on at the same time. A lot of you guys know that I have the Town Hall 10 free-to-play series going on at the same time, and so we play multiple accounts and we bounce between those accounts. All right, so we're going to use those wall breakers, open up the base, and we're going to need to use this level 5 rage spell on our queen here in a second, because she's going to start working her way into the higher defenses. Now, I think I do have a wall wrecker. Do we have a wall wrecker? Yes, we do have a wall wrecker. Very nice. So let's go ahead and send some goblins to the core. This could be fun, actually. Somebody recommended it in a comment or something like that. Said put goblins in the wall wrecker and send it to the town hall. So let's try that out just for fun to see what happens. We got the king off to the flank. He's going to continue to clear some buildings, and we need to send miners here across through this location where the queen is not going. And we're going to send that warden with our miners. Okay. So we got goblins in the core. Let's just go ahead and look at that. Oh, they got roasted. They got absolutely that did not work out at all. You gotta love some of the ideas that players come up with, and then you quickly realize that it just doesn't work out very well. And it is what it is. So you gotta have some fun with it along the way. If you're not having fun, then you're just wasting your time. Let's use that Grand Warden's ability. That way the miners, oh my gosh, they got distracted. They went after the queen instead. Let's drop a heal spell. The Grand Warden, we need to get that Grand Warden up as quickly as possible, because even at level 10, he still has only 4 seconds of his ability. I think it's 3.5 for level 5 and then 4 seconds for level 10, but I cannot remember exactly. Queen's worked her way into the core, which is a good thing. We can use some of these baby dragons to kind of pick up some of this loot over here on this side of the base, and we can send that giant and reset our army by dropping the wall breakers. We got a few heal spells remaining. And that queen is going to work on the core, taking down an expo, and then she's going to start targeting that town hall and possibly take it down. I think we've gotten the bulk of this loot off this base. We're going to drop a heal spell in this heavy location, Wizard Towers. Wizard Towers versus miners, not necessarily the best defense in the world, that's for sure. And they will absolutely roast those miners. Thankfully, Eagle Artillery is dead, so that definitely helps us out quite a bit. And we can use that Queen's ability here to speed this process up and send the miners back towards that Grand Warden's location. Actually, they're going to get distracted on 2 different locations, but we're going to get the nice 3-star here. So again, you know, these are just recommendations, guys. You can do this however you want to do it. It is Clash of Clans. You can play this game any other normal way, however you feel fit, and whatever makes you happy, that's for sure. But I'd just like to give you some ideas. That way you can try to have a better experience by playing the game, especially as a Rush player. Alrighty then, so we're going to finish up this video on this final attack. We had a nice dead base, and honestly, you've caught on to the theme that I'm looking for particularly dead bases because they're easier to hit, and they normally have quite a bit of loot on them. I think we're going to come in on this base right here. Let's see here, do this. And we're going to come in and try to walk her towards the top of the base, but there's absolutely no promises in that. But we do have baby dragons, and they are level 5, so we can use them to do a little bit of clearance for us. There's an air defense right there that's going to probably take out that baby D at some point. We also need to open up this compartment for our queen to send her inside the base. And when it comes to picking an army that you can use, that you like, try to pick something that you enjoy, that you can max out all the way. Whether it's balloons, maybe you like to use balloons. Maybe you like to use miners and ground armies. Heck, you could even unlock the bowlers and max them out. It's really just a matter of what you want to do personally, but as long as you pick one and max it out all the way, you should start to see some of the benefits from doing that. And I guess it kind of takes some of the stress off of you as well by knowing like what should you upgrade next. One of the best and one of the most important questions known in the game, where everybody asks, what should I upgrade next? Well, it's really up to you and what army you're using. Okay, we got Queen on King action. We need to use a rage spell there. King's ability has to be used very early. Oh my gosh, that was quick. So let's go ahead and send these miners into the flank, and we're going to send the Grand Warden with them again. And let's go ahead and drop the baby dragon. Let's see. Let's drop baby dragon back here. That way the miners don't backtrack so bad. We want them to keep going forward, not backwards, which they're doing anyways. Go figure. Oh my gosh, they're such a pain in the neck sometimes. Okay, so we got this group that's moving towards the town hall. Maybe the warden will stay with them. Let's go ahead and drop the heal spell over here on this group. And let's go ahead and prep this group up that's moving in on the town hall. This is a level 5 Giga Inferno Tower, or a Giga Tesla. That's not an Inferno Tower, that's a Giga Tesla. And we're going to need to use this Grand Warden's ability by the time this town hall drops. Come on, come on, come on, come on. And there. So the town hall is going to drop. We're going to save the life of those miners as they move through the Giga Bomb. And we're going to send a heal spell right there for these miners. Queen has worked her way around the top side of the base finally. She's finally catching up. And the miners are going to work through very nicely. So we should be able to hold on. Maybe we might be able to hold on to that final heal. Maybe not. Let's see here. Let's see here. Come on, come on, come on, come on, Queen. Come on, let's speed this up a little bit. Use her ability. Drop some archers with her. We also need to upgrade our archers and barbarians to strengthen them up, because the ones that are generated from the king and queen's ability are the level that you have in your laboratory. If you didn't know that, that is definitely the case. And I think that's going to wrap us up right there. We got a nice clean sweep of a base with this particular army. So the moral of the story of this video is pick an army and upgrade it. I've said it multiple times and I will say it again. Pick one army and max that bad boy out. That should be your main focus. And what I'm going to do, you'll notice that all 4 of our barracks are finished. All the 4 of the barracks can train the miners now, so that is a plus. Our goal is complete there. But our next goal is to upgrade our army camps and try to maximize the space available for the current town hall level that we're at. This camp right here is a Town Hall 10 camp. This camp here is a Town Hall 11 camp. And we obviously need to upgrade it again to go to the camps that are available at Town Hall 12. And we still have to do all 4 of those. So that is going to be the next major focus. And I think we're going to end this video on dropping a king to level 8. And we need to get enough dark elixir to put our queen back down to level 15. We got to put her down to level 15. I had to think about that. She's got 19 on her right now. But anyways, hopefully you were able to get something out of the video today. And if you enjoyed the content, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And if you need any additional video support for a Rush-based series, click one of those links over there. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care.